On December 14, 2025, Hollywood was gripped by an unimaginable tragedy. Rob Reiner, the iconic director whose films touched generations, and his wife of over 30 years, Michelle Singer Reiner, were found murdered in their Brentwood home. The world paused in stunned silence, struggling to comprehend the loss. These two lives, filled with love, creativity, and dedication, were stolen in a violent act that seemed incomprehensible. Family members discovered the bodies, shattering their world in an instant. The tragedy revealed that even those who devoted their lives to stories of hope and human connection are not immune to life's cruelest twists. The scene of horror. The quiet Brentwood neighborhood seemed untouched by violence that afternoon, with sunlight filtering through tree-lined streets as if nothing had changed. Inside the Reiner home, the stillness was broken by discovery. Both Rob and Michelle had sustained fatal stab wounds. Investigators found no forced entry, no signs of struggle beyond the tragic scene. The enclosed nature of the crime left authorities looking inward toward the family as the case transitioned to the LAPD's Robbery-Homicide Division. Classified as an apparent homicide, the investigation remained ongoing, with no arrests or official theories announced. Silence and uncertainty gripped both the neighborhood and the wider Hollywood community. Rob Reiner's last years. At 78, Rob Reiner had long established himself as a towering figure in cinema. Known for his warmth and integrity, he carried personal burdens quietly. His son's long struggle with addiction weighed heavily on him, a private pain few understood. Even as he navigated public life and the glare of Hollywood, he never compromised on his values or the love he held for family. Friends and colleagues remember him not only for his work, but for his steadfast moral compass. This private suffering adds a haunting layer to the tragedy, leaving questions about family dynamics and the private grief that followed him to the very end of his life. A career remembered. Rob Reiner's cinematic legacy is immense, from Stand By Me to The Princess Bride. When Harry Met Sally and A Few Good Men, his films captured universal human emotions. Audiences remember them not for spectacle, but for intimacy, the moments that felt lived, real, and deeply personal. He created worlds where ordinary lives intersected with extraordinary truths, offering warmth and laughter while probing the human condition. Even as the news of his death spread, it was not sensationalized. It was heavy, quiet, and mournful. His work remains embedded in cultural memory, a testament to storytelling that transcends generations. Tributes and reflection. Tributes poured in quickly. Barack Obama recognized Reiner as a storyteller whose films reflected the human heart rather than political slogans. Politicians and colleagues alike praised his unwavering voice and dedication to social responsibility. Fellow artists remembered him for his guidance and quiet mentorship. Aaron Sorkin spoke of his understanding of dramatic pauses. Billy Crystal recalled the encouragement he offered actors simply by believing in them. Meg Ryan highlighted the safety and trust he fostered on set. These reflections reveal not just a filmmaker, but a man who shaped the lives of those around him with empathy, patience, and integrity. Rob Reiner and civic engagement. In later years, Reiner became more than a director. He became a prominent voice in political discourse. During Donald Trump's presidency, he spoke openly against division and injustice. His opinions were blunt, direct, and unafraid of controversy. For some, this was courage. For others, it created distance between him and certain audiences. Importantly, Reiner never politicized his films or altered the past to fit contemporary debates. Yet his public persona inevitably reframed how audiences perceived his earlier work, embedding questions into art that had been created to tell timeless human stories rather than to comment on politics. Family loss and personal grief. Rob Reiner's personal life was marked by deep love and significant loss. The death of his father, Carl Reiner, in 2020 at 98, profoundly affected him. Carl had been a lifelong anchor, guiding and supporting Rob through every stage of his life. After losing him, Rob felt orphaned, navigating the world without the reassurance of that steady presence. The quiet grief he carried was compounded by the struggles of his family, and the recent tragedy of his own and Michelle's deaths only underscores the fragility of life. These layered losses reveal a man shaped by devotion, love, and enduring emotional resilience. The nature of his art. Reiner's films often explored imperfect families and flawed humanity, reflecting the very struggles he experienced personally. He did not shy away from stories of love, conflict, and the impossibility of fully saving those we care for. His art was an extension of lived experience, a mirror for audiences to see themselves and their own relationships. Even as his public life became more politically charged, the authenticity of his earlier work remained untouched. Reiner understood that some stories resonate not through climactic spectacle, but through their intimate reflection of everyday life and the truths that quietly endure. The investigation authorities continue to investigate the murders of Rob and Michelle Reiner, focusing on the family as a primary line of inquiry. The lack of forced entry and the nature of the wounds led investigators to consider internal dynamics rather than external intrusion. Public speculation has grown, particularly surrounding the couple's son, now under suspicion. The LAPD has maintained a measured approach, releasing few details while the Robbery-Homicide Division meticulously examines evidence. The uncertainty surrounding the case adds a chilling layer to an already devastating loss, leaving Hollywood and fans worldwide in a state of anxious anticipation for answers that may never fully satisfy. The weight of legacy. Rob Reiner leaves a legacy far beyond awards or box office numbers. His films captured the heart of human experience, resonating across generations and cultures. Yet his life story reminds us that no amount of acclaim shields anyone from pain, grief, or unexpected tragedy. Reiner's work continues to evoke laughter, warmth, and reflection, even as his absence is deeply felt. His story is a reminder that human beings exist not only in their achievements, but in the relationships they nurture, the love they give, and the private struggles they endure silently, often hidden from public view. A life fully lived. In reflecting on Rob Reiner, one sees a life fully lived between brilliance and shadow. He was a storyteller, a mentor, a father, a husband, and a public voice. His films, his activism, and his moral compass left a permanent mark on cinema and society. The tragedy of his and Michelle's deaths is profound, yet it does not erase the enduring impact of their lives. What remains is a story of dedication, empathy, and courage, a story that reminds us of the human depth behind every public figure and the private sorrows that accompany even the brightest lives. Conclusion. Rob Reiner's passing is a solemn reminder of life's unpredictability and the fragility of human existence. He leaves behind a cinematic legacy intertwined with deeply human experiences of love, family, and loss. Though the world mourns, his films and the values he embodied continue to speak across generations. Beyond accolades and recognition, his life reflects the power of storytelling to illuminate our shared humanity. Even in tragedy, his story offers lessons in resilience, compassion, and the importance of cherishing every connection. Rob Reiner's life and work remain immortal, etched into the hearts of audiences and the annals of Hollywood history.